Hey guys, welcome to Dominate Fishing. I'm Dan Meyer, and in today's short video we're going to talk about the proper technique for catching crappies during the late fall. And I've touched on this before, but for anyone who hasn't seen it, I just want to talk about how to catch these fish, because a lot of people do the technique wrong and they don't catch any fish, and they just think, well, the fish don't bite in the fall, the water's too cold, so they quit fishing. And they do bite, but it's harder to get them to bite, because what happens is in the fall, when that water gets real cold, and I'm talking down into the 30s, the fish they move real slow. They're cold-blooded, they don't have a ton of energy, and they're not going to move very far to chase a bait, because they're not going to move far or fast. So if you're coming through with an aggressive technique, let's say for example you're wind drifting and it's a windy day and you're blowing real fast. Well, early fall, those fish will chase that bait and they'll come and hit it. But late fall, that bait's just going to go right past them, and they're not going to be able to get over there in time to smack that bait. So, or if you're using a technique where you're casting and you're jigging back to the boat, or you're vertical jigging and you're using a big jigging stroke, it's going to be too much to catch these crappies late fall. So what you need to do is you need to really slow down your approach and barely move that bait at all. So if you're drifting, it's got to be very, very slow, because the fish, they're not going to chase the bait. So it's got to be a pretty calm day with just a little breeze. Otherwise, you're going to need to use your trolling motor to slow that boat down so you're barely moving. If it's a very calm day, every once in a while you can slowly raise and lower your rod tip, but a very short range of motion, maybe 9 inches up and down, and it's got to be real slow, because these fish aren't going to be very aggressive. A lot of times the best approach is to just set your rod on the boat, or to hold it here at your side so you can anchor it so it's not moving, and then just let the waves of the boat move your bait. That's going to put enough action on it to get these fish to come over and bite, because they're pretty lethargic. You can give it some slight twitches, so just barely moving your rod tip up and down, so the bait will kind of just shake in the water. It's not moving a big up and down. And that's how you're going to get these fish to bite when they're not very aggressive. Now, if you get a little bit of a warm-up or something, the fish, for whatever reason, get a little more aggressive. You can get a little more aggressive with your approach. But most of the time, during this late fall, when that water's real cold, you got to fish them real slow. The other thing is, patience are important too, because they're going to be down there. You might be marking them on your graph and not getting any bites, and you gotta stay there. You gotta keep fishing them, and eventually you're gonna pick them up. A lot of times when you get real late, the action won't always be really hot and heavy like it is a little bit earlier in the fall. Like early in the fall, you can get out there and you can just pound them because they're schooled up. Later in the fall, you'll get more days where you'll still get some days where you can really hit them good, but you'll get more days where you have to wait a while in between bites. But don't give up, just keep doing it. You put in a good day, you'll end up with your fish still. So fish them slow. That's the technique, is just not a lot of movement, fish are real slow. So I hope this video helped you. If it did, hit the like button. Also, if this is your first time here, I'd love to have you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I do videos just like this to help you catch more and bigger fish. So like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.